Hey everybody, today's project is going to be to take all of this, mostly aluminum and steel, structural, up to 10 feet long. You can see I've got a lot of it, and I want to store it on this wall. I want to keep it close to the wall so I could park vehicles and also have machinery in front of it. Stay tuned. This section of wall is about 20 feet long, but I want to confine the rack to this one end of the wall. That way I could pull a vehicle up close to the door, or up close to the wall. One of the challenges I'm going to have, I want to have it freestanding. We've got a curb here though. There's a sill plate for the wall, and then a concrete curb that goes on the stem wall, and then the slab itself. So I want to make it the back legs lay on this sill plate, and then the front legs, I'll have jack screws under the legs to bear weight. I'm going to have 3 sections, and it'll be end feed. Because I have a 20-foot long wall, it shouldn't be any problem to feed into the shelves. And I'm probably going to go up about 80 inches tall and have the shelves. This is all material I previously had from my machine shop business. I've already taken about 3,500 pounds of scrap metal to the scrap yard, and also sold some on Craigslist, good pieces. I've just got more stuffed under all the cabinet, all the benches and stuff, all the small pieces that won't go on a rack. You just accumulate stuff. But believe it or not, before I build this rack, I have to go buy some more metal. One of the challenges you face as a hobbyist fabricator, metal worker, is finding a place to buy your material. You could go to the scrapyard and find stuff, to cut up yourself, and bed rails and junk like that. But, sometimes you have a big project, you need big pieces of material. If you're going to go to Home Depot or Ace Hardware to buy your steel, you're paying through the nose. When I had my machine shop, I would buy about 12 to 15 tons of steel and aluminum every year, and the salesmen were very happy to talk to you then. I call these same people now that I'm retired, and they don't want to talk to you without a sales tax number and business license. But I found a place that's not far from here in town, and they're a national chain, and they metal supermarket, and that they sell direct to the public and also to businesses, and you pay quoted prices. You could fax or call them and get a price quote. You could buy online if you want to have it shipped. But we're going to take a trip down there and pick up some material. Here we are. You can see they have pretty much everything in stock, all sizes. We'll cut it to length. They've got all the processing machines here. But the cool thing for hobbyists, here's the fun section. As my friend Justin, I met him last time I was here. He does welding work and stuff, and just happened to bump into him. But this is all the random pieces. When they cut material to length, they've got stuff left over that's too small to keep in stock. But they charge a flat rate, $1 a pound for any of this stuff. So it's a good place to stock up on some bits that you might need. And anyhow, check it out. They've got everything: sheet metal, expanded metal. Okay, we're back in the shop with the material. I have a rough sketch of what I want to make. I'm going to need 3 sections that are just like this. It looks like a ladder. It's going to be out of a 1-inch by 1-inch by 1/8-inch wall square tubing. And it's going to have, at the bottom of the outer legs, 3/4-inch nut and bolt welded in there to make an adjusting pad at the bottom to support the weight. And the other leg is going to be on the sill plate. But let's get cutting. I have all the 1-inch square tubing sawed up, and have the first ladder section of the rack tack welded together. So I'm going to go ahead and weld up the rest, and I will use angle iron to tie them together and make the whole assembly. Here's the A 3/4 inch bolt is going to just fit right in the 1 inch square tubing. That'll give me a leveling jack on the outboard edges, outboard legs. All right, everything is completed on it. It's all welded up and a coat of primer. I added some rungs and a shelf on one of the shelves here for shorter pieces, that won't span between the 3 uprights. I've got brackets on top to lag it to the studs in the wall, and it's also sitting on the sill plate. It's lagged down there, and I've got my leveling screws holding it up. The weight will actually be, because maybe quite a bit of weight with the material on there, so the weight will be bearing on the floor and on the foundation stem wall. The mounts to the wall are just for side-to-side stability and, just to make it a little more rigid. Anyhow, now all I gotta do is load it up. All right, we've got all the material that's in the shop on the rack. Everything fits, plenty of room to spare, and I could see what I have, and I'll be able to find what I'm looking for, hopefully. But I think it turned out well. It's very, very solid, and what I was after was something that was compact, close to the wall, and that fits the bill. I'll be able to park some of my equipment that are on rollers, like my band saws and some other stuff, in front of it when I'm not, when I need material. I'll just roll them out of the way. But anyhow, thanks for coming by and visiting, and I will see you next time.